Hello everyone, how are you? Today's breaking news. Donald Trump rescinded an executive order targeting a prominent Democratic-leaning law firm after it agreed to provide $40 million in free legal services to support his administration's goals. The White House has targeted law firms whose lawyers have provided legal work that Trump disagrees with. Last week, he issued an order threatening to suspend active security clearances of attorneys at Paul Weiss and to terminate any federal contracts the firm has. But the president suddenly reversed course following a meeting between Trump and Brad Karp, the chair of the law firm Paul Weiss, Rifkind, Wharton, and Garrison, over the White House order. Trump's orders singled out the work of Mark Pomerantz, who previously worked at the firm and who oversaw an investigation by the Manhattan District Attorney's Office into Trump's finances before Trump became president. Pomerantz once likened the president to a mob boss. To avoid the consequences of Trump's order, the White House said, the firm had agreed to take on a wide range of pro bono matters that represent the full spectrum of political viewpoints of our society. The firm reportedly agreed to disavow the use of diversity, equity, and inclusion considerations in its hiring and promotion decisions, and to dedicate the equivalent of $40 million in free legal services to support Trump administration policies on issues including assistance for veterans and countering anti-Semitism. The firm, the White House claimed, also acknowledged the wrongdoing of Pomerantz, the partner involved in the investigation into Trump's hush money payments to an adult film actor. It was unclear whether Karp was aware of that claim. In a statement issued by the White House, Karp said, "We are gratified that the president has agreed to withdraw the executive order concerning Paul Weiss. We look forward to an engaged and constructive relationship with the president and his administration." The firm becomes the latest corporate target to make concessions to the president to avoid his ire. Meta and ABC made settlement payments to Trump's future presidential library to end lawsuits filed by Trump. Other tech and financial firms have publicly rolled back DEI programs in line with Trump's policy interests. A federal judge instructed the Trump administration on Thursday to explain why its failure to turn around flights carrying deportees to El Salvador did not violate his court order in a growing showdown between the judicial and executive branches. Jeb Boasberg, the U.S. district judge, demanded answers after flights carrying Venezuelan immigrants alleged by the Trump administration to be gang members landed in El Salvador after the judge temporarily blocked deportations conducted under an 18th-century wartime law. Boasberg had directed the administration to return planes that were already in the air to the U.S. when he ordered the halt. Boasberg had given the administration until noon Thursday to either provide more details about the flights or make a claim that they must be withheld because they would harm state secrets. The administration resisted the judge's request, calling it an unnecessary judicial fishing expedition. In a written order, Boasberg called Trump officials' latest response woefully insufficient. The judge said the administration again evaded its obligations by merely repeating the same general information about the flights. He ordered the administration to show cause as to why it didn't follow his court order to turn around the planes, increasing the prospect that he may consider holding administration officials in contempt of court. The Justice Department has said the judge's verbal directions did not count, that only his written order needed to be followed, and that it couldn't apply to flights that had already left the U.S. A DOJ spokesperson said Thursday that it continues to believe that the court's superfluous questioning of sensitive national security information is inappropriate judicial overreach. A U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement official told the judge Thursday the administration needed more time to decide whether it would invoke the state secrets privilege in an effort to block the information's release. Boasberg then ordered Trump officials to submit a sworn declaration by Friday by a person with direct involvement in the cabinet-level discussions about the state secrets privilege and to tell the court by next Tuesday whether the administration will invoke it. In a deepening conflict between the judicial and executive branches, the U.S. president and many of his allies have called for impeaching Boasberg, who was nominated to the federal bench by Barack Obama. In a rare statement earlier this week, John Roberts, the Supreme Court Chief Justice, rejected such calls, saying, "Impeachment is not an appropriate response to disagreement concerning a judicial decision." Trump on Thursday urged the Supreme Court to limit federal judges' ability to issue orders blocking the actions of his administration nationwide, writing on social media, Stop nationwide injunctions now, before it is too late.